Welcome back to 500 Days, Strive to Survive. We're about to leave Miner's Folly and head to the Ash Canyon gold mine. Let's get going. So last time, we fixed up our clothing, and we got ready for this trip. We have plenty of water. I'm going to check a loot spot right out here before we leave. And on our way out, we're going to have to be careful of that bear and that moose that spawn up here, which, as I mentioned last time, make this a kind of cool region to have a base. Now that there's the base building system, and you can put a workbench inside there. This cave is also not that warm, but it's a little warm, and there's a bed here. Nope, you need a bedroll. That's not going to keep you warm. But with good clothing, maybe it would. So you can potentially stay in here. It's at least protected from the elements in order to avoid cabin fever, which is an affliction that you get for spending too much time indoors. Ah, Polaroid. All the way up this high plateau, only to spot a half dozen more towers to climb. What a day. Alright, where is this? Where is that? Well, it's not here. It's right across the river from Angler's Den. Interesting. I think that's probably climbable from Angler's Den. Alright, let's get going. Let's try to avoid the bear and the moose on our way. It's not very cold, so we're in a pretty good position to travel. That's because it's the middle of the day. There's the bear up there, so we'll have to get past him. I'm a little bit encumbered, a little heavy, but not too heavy. I don't mind right now. There's the moose. Really nice spot. We can bring a workbench here. I'm sure the food from the moose and the bear could sustain you if you just kill them consistently. And there's also, I didn't mention this last time, but we saw it, there's ptarmigan just outside the Miner's Folly cabin. Okay, so how are we going to get past this bear? I'm going to try to distract him with this rock, but we might just have to wait for him to pass. You know what, let me grab some more stones. It's starting to get a little bit colder. At some point we will make a fire and heat up some teas. I wonder if they changed their behavior to not care about stones. Because it really seems like he doesn't care. I'm also hoping that he won't care about us while we're down here. I can hear him walking around, but I don't know how far he is. Could be right here. Okay. Let's try to sneak past him. Keep him going in that direction. Yeah, he doesn't seem to react to the stones at all. Strange. We're going to crouch walk. Get some distance. Okay. Also going to harvest these. And then, once we get out of here, we're in safety. I will make some tea and heat some teas up. Okay, I think we're far enough. There's not that many sticks up here on this journey, because there's not that many trees up here on this journey. So we'll take what we can get. Alright, so this trek is, as I said last time, a bit long, but it's very linear. It's very difficult to get lost on this trek. This fork from that bridge in the last episode, just outside of the cave that we took up here, where we turned left to go to Miner's Folly, that fork is basically the only decision point, so long as you make sure not to travel to a lower elevation. So there are a couple places where you can go down one-directional paths that lead you down the mountain. But of course, that's not what we're going to do. But so long as you don't decrease your elevation, then this is a very linear path, very easy to navigate, very difficult to get lost. Oh, I can't believe we missed these rose hips. That's okay. More rose hips now. So rose hip tea is one of my favorite teas. I understand that there are rose hip pies that have good buffs, although I haven't made that much use of them. And now there's what's called the pemmican bar that you get a recipe from the trader for. And that's a late game thing. I think in Interloper it doesn't activate until after day 50, but I haven't done the trader yet. I'm looking forward to exploring that. That's a pretty new feature. And that uses rose hips. As far as I understand it, that gives various buffs, and I don't know much about that. But before the introduction of the pemmican bar and also the rosehip pies, although even now to some extent with the pies, rosehip tea is one of my preferred teas because the medicinal effect it has is to treat pain. It's a kind of painkiller. And pain isn't that debilitating. You usually don't need to treat pain. It's situationally important. You can't read books, for example, if you're in pain. I'm going to keep this out just in case the wildlife refresh has put any wolves directly in our path. But previously, there weren't any predators up here other than that bear. But anyway, pain is usually not debilitating. It's usually not going to stop you from doing what you want to do. And so I usually just leave it untreated, which means that I can afford to use my rosehip buds to make tea and just use that for a heat buff. I'm going to try to be a little bit more conservative about that now. Birch tea is probably the best tea you can make because it has a health regen effect, which is often going to be relevant. Wish I had a hacksaw. But also because birch is renewable. If you find a birch forest, more birch will spawn there over time. And so you don't have to worry about depleting birch so long as you are in or near a region with a birch forest. Ash Canyon has birch. Pleasant Valley has a large birch forest. There's some birch in the transition area from Coastal Highway to Mystery Lake. It's not in short supply by any means, if you know where to look. You should always check under these. Sometimes there can be matches or other goodies. I haven't seen any in quite some time, but that could just be loot table luck. Ooh, these are unnerving. They're relatively safe. You can fall off these areas with the broken ropes right there. You know, I'm going to lose health doing this, but I want to map this. But so long as you're a little bit careful, you're not going to fall off this. This is a really cool region. I love being able to get these views from extremely high altitude. I don't know what the highest point in the game is. It was previously believed to be the summit in Timberwolf Mountain, but that's not true. I suspect it might be in Sundered Pass or Ash Canyon or Hush River Valley. That's my guess. But I don't really know. I'm sure it's on the wiki. I've read it before. I just don't remember. Speaking of the summit, we do plan to go there if we are well enough rested when we leave Ash Canyon. The problem is, usually you're not going to have enough rest to climb to the summit after doing everything you need to do here. There's a cave where you can get some rest before the transition back to Timberwolf Mountain. We might try that out, but usually I don't. But if we don't have a hacksaw, which we almost certainly won't, then going to the summit is a big risk, because if you don't find a hacksaw at the summit, then you just wasted a lot of time and energy. There's a ton of maple up here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some temperature back, because I want to map from here as well. And so I'll use this area. Let's see, where's the wind coming from? Is this protected? Nope. Is this protected? It was for a second there. What about over here? Okay. So I'm going to light this torch using a match, and then I'm going to use the torch to light the fire. Because then, if I fail to light it, it won't expend anything. Right? I've used only one match to start this fire. So long as that torch is going, I don't need to use another match. If you try to light it directly with matches, then every time you fail, it'll waste one of those matches. So this is a way to really make your match supply stretch. I highly advise always having a bunch of torches on you at any given time, for this reason, if not any other. I'm going to use some coal. We have plenty of coal at the gold mine, and that'll heat us up just fine. Let's put this torch out. Let's get some... Do we have any tea we can make right now? No, we can just warm some tea up. So let's make a tiny bit of water. And then we'll make some tea, or we'll prepare some rather, while that cooks, just to increase our temperature a little bit. Okay, 13 minutes until boiled. Now we'll go out here, now that we're a little bit warmer, and I'm going to get a nice vantage point and map. Wow, you can see so much from here. This is an incredible view. Okay, that's about 15 minutes. Mostly superfluous mapping there. And now I'll go back here. The water should be done. And I'll make a little bit more water and one tea, and I'll heat up the other tea that we have. So let's make a tea, make just a little more water, and let's place this tea in a circle. Make a little tea circle around fire. I'm going to place all of it first. And then I'm just going to pick it up with right-click, and then just right-click again to drop it back down. You don't need to actually move it, you just need to click it. Okay. Wait. Grab that. I'm not going to start any more water there. Wait for that. This isn't going to burn, so see, it's just hot. Let's boil that off. Now we are plenty warm. We have some hot tea in case we get cold. And we're going to grab a torch and keep moving. Tea also gives you a small amount of calories. I don't like using it for food because it has so many other benefits, and if you're not taking advantage of those other benefits, it's kind of a waste to use it just for calories. But I have used tea in a pinch to maintain well-fed when there's really no other option. So we do have that option available to us. We need it, but the goal is to not need it. Alright, here we have some cover. Oh, maybe not. This doesn't count as an interior cave. There's some burdock. I don't want to deal with that. It takes a while to harvest. We're barely cold now, so the rest of this journey should be pretty easy unless the weather picks up. Oh, I thought that might have been an item I've never seen before. I was just checking. Anything over here? Doesn't look like it. I'm not going to map here. I think I still have this region pretty much covered from what I've done before. It's a little bit nauseating, isn't it? Really cool, but very disorienting. A little unsettling, so we're going to go left here. Right there, you could fall down, and maybe you could go down from there, I don't know. But we're just going to maintain our elevation, not go down any one-way paths, and keep trekking along. So my goal right now is to get out videos more consistently, because I really want to play this game. I love this game. And I want to put time into it and really progress towards the goals that I've set for myself. 500 days, Faithful Cartographer, and the Tales. I'll probably do Signal Void, even though I've done it before, just so that it'll be recorded for you all in this series. But let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts about that. Should I just go straight to... Okay. Oh. This is one of my pet peeves. Very few pet peeves in this game. Are these cliffs. It's such a... You have to be so precise in clicking anything around these cliffs, or you're just going to start climbing. I'm not going back down. So my goal is to be consistent and to post at least a couple videos a week. I mean, the goal is at least one video a week, but I'd like to do 2 or 3 and really put in work on this series so I can get some things done in a reasonable fashion. And I've now streamlined the whole process, and that's going well right now. These relatively shorter episodes, between 45 minutes and an hour and 15 minutes is what I'm aiming for, leave me a lot of times in my schedule to actually program this. Whereas before, I wanted big blocks of time, just in case episodes went to 2 or 3 hours. So here's something that's important I'm going to point out real quick. Sometimes there's loot right here, so people will miss it because they'll just walk right past. It looks like there's not loot here today. We're almost at the mine at this point. So sometimes, if the weather's bad, you might want to stop in this cave. It doesn't look like it's protected by the wind, but it in fact is. You move more slowly in it, like an interior cave. You move slowly in interior caves. You don't have to go to this little area. Most of the cave is considered indoors. We're actually running pretty low on torches, but that shouldn't be a problem. Let me eat really quickly. Just something to tide us over. Let's go with the granola bar. I just don't want to have to worry about that hunger meter. And we'll fill up our hydration a bit. And let's keep moving. It's still warm, and I want to get there. What do we got? 38 kilograms? That's fine. A little bit heavy, but acceptably heavy. So anyway, I want to consistently put out these videos and make progress towards my goals. And I now have a schedule that I hope will be conducive to that. So we're in a good place. I learned a lot from the first few months of running this channel. And now I'm in a position where I think I can happily and efficiently work through this. Let's keep this torch going as long as we can. This is also another spot where sometimes there are items here. There used to be a stim, I think, maybe even guaranteed back there, and people just wouldn't notice it because this place is so linear. You just face one direction the whole time. And so you just march, and you very rarely actually turn around and see what's behind you. I will run out of torches, it looks like, but I have a lantern and plenty of fuel. And we have tons of matches, so it's not essential that we can serve as many matches as humanly possible. That's not going to be an issue. And as we travel to other areas in the game, see, it's actually warm in here. I'm actually warming up. As we traverse to other areas of the game, we'll only find more matches. There's going to be a ton of coal in the gold mine. I may need to drop some things in order to pick it all up, because I don't plan on coming back here in the immediate future, so I don't want to leave things behind. While we're warm in this cave, I'm going to take advantage of this. That's going to go out, and I'm just going to map. Not bad. Alright, let's get moving. We're moving a bit slowly because of the encumbrance, but also because of the cave interior. See, now we're moving faster. So once you go into that exterior, that's indicated by your temperature, but also by your speed. So now we're pretty much at the mine. It's going to be up over this ridge. There will be a rope climb down. We're not going to use that rope. We also would need to actually affix a rope to it. There's no rope there. There is a rope if we go that way, past that rock in front of me. If we keep going along the path, there is a series of climbs down, and you could use that to climb up to here. So I just want to see if I can spot any predators down there, if anything's changed. I don't see any. So you could climb down here if we took that rope from the other climb at the back entrance down this way. And we could affix it here and then climb down. But that's not what we're going to do. There's an easy way to go down to the gold mine. So I'm going to show you that now. You see these 4 trees right here? Just go between them. So we're getting a little cold. I'm sure the teas are no longer hot. Yeah, of course. That's because we spent some time mapping. So I'm going to crouch a little bit. You have a couple methods for this. See, I have a sprain risk right now. When you're on uneven terrain, you have a sprain risk, and it accumulates over time. So if you can land on flat terrain, you can clear the risk, reset it. You can, on a keyboard, use W and S to just move forward and back like this, and take little bunny hops down the hill. Not entirely safe. You're probably going to get sprains, and this is a long one. I'll probably get more sprains. Or you can crouch and then just move forward, and that'll automatically take smaller increments in terms of elevation change, and it'll be a little bit safer. I prefer to use that method. You can also use A and D and go down one of these hills sideways. Oof, okay. Sprained ankle, that's alright. I heard a wolf, and hopefully that wolf isn't here, but I have a flare to protect myself just in case. I am getting very cold, and I'm walking into the wind, which isn't great. It's slowing me down. But we're going to recover a lot of health in the Ash Canyon mine. And depending on how much food we have, we might even want to sleep there for a couple of days. There's some ptarmigan up here, so let me try to grab some. You can make insulation out of their feathers. You can also improve a bedroll to what I consider to be the best bedroll in the game. It's not as warm as a bearskin bedroll, but it's almost as warm, and it weighs way less. I'm just going to keep getting pretty close. Okay, so that's as close as I can get. And let's try to get this pump. Nope. Whiff. Every new playthrough, my aim is just going to be bad for a while. That's just how it goes. But it'll eventually be better. Let's fix this ankle. I want to be able to sprint because we're getting really cold. We're spending too much time out here. I'm going to keep this flare up once I can find it, because I still don't know if there's any wildlife up here. It looks like there's not. I think the wildlife spawns are a little bit less predictable now, so maybe there can be wildlife up here. Maybe on this very file there eventually will be. Come on, you can get up here. I've done it 100 times. Come on. Come on. All right. Got anything for me, pal? I wonder if this was a miner. Or maybe just someone trying to get some gold after the collapse. I don't know. It got some feathers for me. Those are going to be valuable for making arrows later on, both fire hardened and simple arrows. Something strange just happened. My screen went black. I got a new TV recently, and sometimes it's a little bit funky with the HDMI cable to my PC. I don't really know why. So hopefully nothing like that happens while I'm being attacked. But I'll try to sort that out. It happens infrequently. It's, you know, maybe once a week or something. It's very strange. I don't know what could be causing it, but that's okay. But that's why I was a little bit quiet there for a second, because I was just holding my breath, hoping it would all be okay. Alright, let's get a little bit of loot on the way up. There's that plastic container. I've never found anything in it. There's that crate. I've never found anything in it. That's not to say there can't be anything, just that I have never found anything in it. There's a kind of unique container here in the ground. It's not entirely unique, but it's somewhat uncommon. And then we're going to go up here right into the mine. And we'll eat some food, get our hydration up. We'll start warming up as soon as we go in there, probably. And if we don't, there's a fire barrel near the entrance. Yep, we're warming up. It's just fine. So let's eat before lighting this lantern. We have a can opener. I'm not too concerned about dog food. There's no recipes for dog food, so I can just eat that right now. Oh, I thought I had a can opener. Is that not the case? Alright, well, we went down from 500 calories to 395. When you smash open a can, which means that you don't have an improvised knife, a can opener, or I think maybe you can open them with hatchets as well, but usually if I have a hatchet, I have a knife, you lose calories. I guess maybe I was playing another file. I was playing Stalker on my Nintendo Switch, which is a bit behind in updates, and has some other issues, and no matter what, the Switch isn't going to get you the resolution that you can get on PC, so I don't record on there, but sometimes I like to play a more comfortable playthrough, e.g. Stalker, before going to bed. I like to be able to see the weapon variants and things like this, item variants that aren't in Interloper. Okay, so I'm a little bit heavy. Is there anything I'm carrying unnecessarily? Not really. I guess this vest? I'll drop it, it's fine. Probably some boots around here. Wool scarf, matches. I think those matches are always here. This isn't going to be better than what I already have. I'm not going to pick it up. I am going to take that. Oh, interestingly enough, it looks like you can't base build here. There's no Y button. Here's a lot of coal. There's just going to be more of it as we go. How much charcoal do I have? Just one? Let's take some more. Got two. So here we have water. So I'm going to remove my socks and my boots so that I don't get them wet. Or that will contribute to me becoming colder faster. That's interesting. Right now, the chevron is going up, even though I'm getting cold. So the coldness of that water wasn't reflected in the chevron. I could have sworn it was in the past, but I could just be mistaken. Maybe that's new. So this is the Ash Canyon Gold Mine. I love to make this an early stop if I can. Usually that means if I spawn in Timberwolf Mountain, then I'll be coming here early on. And we're about to see why. I'm going to grab this marine flare. I want to get all of this coal. Worst case scenario, I can drop some sticks in order to carry the coal. You can always get more sticks. But coal is at least a little bit more selective in terms of its spawn point. When I started playing this game, I didn't really understand the, I guess, is this water or is it ice? Yeah, it's water, it's moving. I didn't understand the significance of coal, but it burns so hot. It's so valuable if you are trapped outdoors, and if you can find somewhere where your fire is going to be protected from wind, which is always a bit of a gamble because the wind can change. Then coal can be a real lifesaver. Let's check this guy. Probably a miner. I've never seen anything back here behind these carts, but I always check. Once in a while, if you follow the subreddit, you'll see somebody ask, what is one location you always check even though you've never found anything? This is my answer. I will always check it, but I've never found anything. Alright, so this is very important. There's some good loot here. We have the main reason for coming here, the Technical Backpack, a sturdier backpack with all the bells and whistles. You can carry more gear before becoming encumbered. This will give me a 5 kilogram max carry capacity buff. Do not leave it. If you leave it, it disappears. So I'm just going to left click and take it. And now my max capacity has plus 5. It's not 35 because I'm tired. A little bit tired. And then the other reason to come here is these crampons. Traction for your feet, rope climbing drains less stamina, sprains are less frequent, and you can travel with more confidence over weak ice. So I'm going to go to my clothing, put my socks back on first of all, and the trail boots, and then the crampons. Also, you can't put the crampons on without socks. See? So I have to have socks on at least. Or maybe you need socks or boots, doesn't matter which one. Okay, so it's night. I think I would like to get some fire going. Do I have a torch? I do not. So I'm going to use some matches to get this started. I'm going to take some more charcoal. And I'm going to use a book to increase my chances so I don't have to waste that many matches, hopefully. But we do have a lot of matches. I think we have 5 stacks of 12 and 1 stack of a little bit less than 12. Maybe. There's some accelerant down there too, that'll be useful. Okay, let's put on a little bit of coal, just get nice and warm. And say this for firewood. Let's leave it there for now. Let's make some water. And I'll just make a liter of both just to keep them synchronized. Let's grab this coal. I'll take this can. I'll probably leave it at Timberwolf Mountain. You can make noisemakers out of them late game. That's a long way away. It's not a high priority for me. Take that accelerant. Check in here. Alright, let's read this. I bet this is from that... Well, I don't know who it's from. Let's see. Glad I had my good pack with me on this trip. Some chest pain on the trek past the high falls, but I expected that after the last surgery. Just going to hunker down in here until the storm passes. Tomorrow, high point at Wolf's Jaw, and then head for home. I guess that storm lasted a while. I don't know what happened here, but I didn't find any food, so... Could have starved. Could have died of thirst. He should have been able to make water, so I guess he probably died of thirst. Alright, there's usually some loot over here. Usually just more firewood or coal. Spray paint. I don't really want that. Cloth. Okay, that's fine. Good enough. Probably repair some more of our clothing. Alright, so that's basically it for loot. Now, I'm going to take a minute and prep some... Oh, that's cool! That's relatively new. I didn't know how to make these, so I guess you just need woodworking tools and firewood. Let's see if the woodworking tools, yeah, they have a percentage. I bet using them drops that percentage. That's just a guess. So that's pretty cool. I can make a bear figure. Oh, and you can work on it in small increments. That's neat if you have nothing else you're doing. That's cool. Now, it is all cedar firewood, it seems. I wonder if you can make different things out of fir. Do I have fir firewood? I don't. So maybe you can make entirely different things out of fir. That's cool. Okay, so I'm going to make some prepared rose hips. We have about a half hour before that stuff's done. So let's make 2 batches of prepared rose hips. And this will be just about finished. 1 minute. Let's just wait until that one's done. Okay, 44 minutes till boiled dry, and let's make some rosehip tea. I know we have at least 2 batches. Okay, let's make 1 more. Could make 2 more, but I don't want to burn the tea we have going. Cooking the tea only takes 10 minutes. But preparing the rosehips for cooking takes 15. So let's just make some water. We'll hold on to that. We'll make another liter. Got here an hour and 24. So let's make 1 more of these. And then let's assess our clothing situation. Alright, that's pretty beat up. I don't really want to spend cloth on it because it's not a very warm hat. I call these toques. I think in Canada they're called toques, so they're probably called toques. That's the setting accurate pronunciation anyway. These aren't great, but they would get me together another degree of warmth, and that is significant. These are in okay shape. I don't really want to spend cloth repairing this. It's not really worth it. That's fine. That's fine, fine. Excellent. So I could spend some time repairing these hats, and I probably should. So let's do that. It'll at least get us some training in mending. I'm not sure if you succeed on a failure. I mean, not if you succeed on a failure, you definitely don't. I don't know if you get experience on a failure. It looks like you do not. Okay, we have 11 minutes left. What can we do in that 11 minutes? I think that we have enough bandages, although we are in sore need of other medicines. We have this for infection, but we don't have anything for food poisoning. Let's see. We can make tinder plugs. I guess we'll make that out of this newsprint. That's really the only use it has anyway, so we may as well. Sounds like there's a storm outside. Let's take this water. We have 17 minutes on here, but we really want to settle in for a long night and get as much health back as possible. So let's put some more fuel on here. We'll use this reclaimed wood because it's heavy. And we'll use the... I kind of want to hold on to that just for carving, honestly. Let's throw some sticks on. We can always gather some more sticks. Let's make 1 liter. And let's make 2 liters. Let's assess the food situation. We have plenty of dog food. This one's still kind of safe to eat. This is too risky. These are too risky. Do I have any cooking? I think I would need to check on... Here we go. Do you have anything I can really cook? Do I have porridge? I don't have porridge. Looks like. Okay. I can harvest these, but I think what I'm going to do right now, because this is going to take about an hour, for the single liter, is I'm going to read a book. We have Field Dressing Your Kill. We have this Frontier Shooting Guide. That's not useful. Any others? Okay, Field Dressing Your Kill it is, and we'll take 1 hour. Make sure we have enough hydration and calories. I'm not healthy enough? Why is that? I have a sprained wrist. You know, I actually... that sounds silly, but that's real. I read a lot. I'm a professor, and so I read a lot, and I'm also a rock climber, so I hurt my hands a lot, and it is really a pain. I'm sure many of you know this, but it is really a pain to read in that condition. Alright, well this is going to be done in about 45 minutes. I'll still get a start on this. Just 1 hour. I wish I had herbal tea, or birch tea. We'll have birch soon. Alright, let's take that. That's 41 minutes. We'll make 1 more of these. And... let's see... Yeah, we can't really make any of this. We could have made Bannock's, although I don't think we're cooking 2, so I don't think we actually could have. Yeah, we're cooking 1. We're just at the beginning of our journey. Alright, let's just wait this out. Is there anything small I can make? No. I could do another repair, right? Yeah, I could do that. Let's try to repair this again. Okay. This needs a little bit more time to cook that. And let's just see. We may as well make one of these. And now, let's see to our... Let's eat cattail stalks. This is what they're for. We don't have great food options. Oh, sort by A to Z. Otherwise, when the weights change, their position will change. You might eat something you don't want to eat. I've accidentally drank unsafe water before. Like that. Let's just keep going. Let's go to 24. Then let's drink some water. We're going to leave some water behind. That's 1 minute till ready. Okay. 7 minutes till boiled. Put one more stick on. It's really not necessary, but we can put it there. Why not? And can I break this down? Oh, need a hacksaw. Oh, okay. I could make some fishing hooks. That takes 15 minutes. That's not bad, actually. Let's do that. And then we'll light our torch on the embers. Or actually, we don't have many torches. Let's feed this fire a little bit and take torches for tomorrow. We'll also harvest those. Okay. We'll harvest some of those sticks. Or, sorry, burnt out torches. What is that? 7, so that'll take 14 minutes. Probably more like 15 or 16 once we factor in menu time. And then we'll pull some torches out. And we're going to be nice and tired. We're going to get plenty of rest and recover lots of health. We're going to leave a lot of water here because that's weighing us down right now. That tea is not going to burn right away. Although maybe I should make sure. Yep, 41 minutes. It's fine. Now, even with this fire out for the night, that's okay. It should be warm in here, especially in that bed. So we're good to sleep here. We'll sleep until the middle of the day, it looks like. Alright, let's take this rosehip tea. Let's leave some water. So I'm just hitting space on PC, selecting this with left click, and then right clicking the water. And dragging it. I could take a little bit more. Pick up the skillet, pick up the pot. We'll feed a couple of sticks in, and let's get some torches. Alright, not a lot of great torches, but that's okay. We'll be able to make a fire after not too long once we leave the mine. Okay. Let's top off our water and take a big nap. Nice relaxing ambient music. Alright, so we have plenty of calories and it's going to be warm. That's going to go down, but we'll still be warm. We'll sleep 10 hours. That's as long as your hydration lasts in Interloper. And let's see how much health we get back. Alright, not terrible. And we now have well fed. It's like perfect timing. So our carry capacity should now be 40 kilograms. We're not even overburdened anymore. Right? How awesome is that? Okay, let's eat a little bit. Let's eat this. I think it's a little bit more calorically dense. I mean, less calorically dense. Let's eat that. I thought we had another bar, but I guess I already ate that. And let's get a torch going. And what time of day is it? Yeah. Oh, I just wasted a match like that. So if you let go, that will waste a match. Let's leave. We did what we came here to do, and it is time to get going. So I'm going to leave this mine, and then that'll be where the episode ends. So we'll cut it off there. But we'll show you some stuff on the way, and maybe we'll map on the other side. Or maybe we'll start by mapping next time. But if you liked this, we'll rip up those fleece mittens. Please leave a like. Please leave a comment if you have anything to share about goals you would like to see in this playthrough. I know I have the big ones, but if you want to see anything else, let me know. More than anything, comments give us a chance to connect, and I really enjoy connecting with you and chatting with you about the game or anything else that interests you. See, I'm a philosopher, and in the ancient Greek conception of philosophy is the love of wisdom, and it cannot be a love of specific wisdom. It's wisdom in general, which means I like talking about everything, which is good because I sure can talk. If you want to see the next episode, please consider subscribing and turning on notifications. Let's see what's on out here. We got some decent weather. Look at that. Beautiful. You know what? Let's actually map while we're up here. Beautiful. Okay, that didn't get me much. We'll pick up from here next time as we make our way all the way down to the bottom of Ash Canyon and head back to Timberwolf Mountain. Alright, until then, good luck out there, and strive to survive. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.